Rome has fallen, but we escaped on this beautiful little boat. It's gonna be a long journey. A really, really long journey. But look at this. We founded a new island, and it's quite lovely. This is where our empire is going to begin. There it is, our island. Michaelopolis, Baronopolis. And now we must choose, well, one of the most important decisions in the game, arguably after which island we want to start, is where are we going to put our outpost. Now, once we go to this, you see this beautiful grid-like layout. And I wanted to be close to some very high productive fish tiles, some high productive agricultural tiles, a nice big flat area to build a city, and then stone, marble, and iron. Here it is, our outpost. Our citizens get to work, and there it is, in all of its glory, on this rather giant but promising island. So much area to build. So first we're gonna build some roads around and start to plan, well, the city infrastructure. One of the things we're gonna wanna get first is some houses for our people. But I guess before that, we're gonna need to start chopping down some trees. And with those early bits of resources, we shall build our houses. Because when people have a home to sleep in, well, they get a lot happier, don't they? We need to feed them and we need to house them. We'll build our first 3 grain farms right here. Now, when you go to choose the farm, you can see these really, really high fertility tiles. And then over here, less so. And over here, well, they're pretty bad. You can't even place a farm there. You can't even think about it. It's illegal. I mean, not really, but it might as well be. Now, one of the things we're gonna wanna do is plan where we're gonna have our bridge. And I guess it's gonna be right there. The rest is gonna be farm area right here. Oh, our people need some water. But we don't have the ability to do that just yet. So I hope they can sustain themselves off of, well, religion. Oh, we're gonna need some stone. Oh, what's this? A group of settlers are heading our way. Okay. More people to work the land and help us build this budding community. Maybe as Rome fell to presumably the barbarians or financial decay, disease, who knows? Maybe it's a giant asteroid. They're headed here. And hopefully with them, they're gonna bring some stone because I can't build a temple until I have 20 stone and we can't clear these tiles. Oh, but there's little bits of stone. All right. Never mind, we are a self-sustaining colony. I know exactly what I'm doing. Guys, we have this beautiful little inlet right here. So our city attracted 4 new people. Did they drop them off and leave already? Because there's a second boat already coming in. I'm hoping that it like beaches right here. Right at Fish Beach. Hey, look! Welcome to New Rome, also known as Baronopolis. Now we have the 20 stone that we need, and we can do one of the next most important things. Build the temple. Now, this is the highest priority because you'll notice that in order to unlock other things, we need to have a temple. So we just got access to a well, we just got access to forum tiles, which I think is going to be like a little market, and then we even have some stockpiles and warehouses available to us. Here is one of the, I guess it's the 3rd most important decision. Which of these Roman deities shall we pledge this temple to? I see you built your first temple. I am Zeus. Wait a minute, this is Rome. Zeus was Greek. So who do we want to dedicate this temple to? Now, one thing to keep in mind is it's going to be near our farms. So we can dedicate it to Ceres. And so long as the goddess Ceres is happy, agricultural output goes up. But if she's displeased, well, we might lose our crops. Then there's Jupiter, the god of thunder, aka Roman Zeus. Happiness. Industrial production for Vulcan, and then we've got Neptune for god of the sea. There's some other gods, but we can't see, other than their name, what they do. But Mars is probably going to be about warfare. We shall dedicate it to Ceres, at least this first one. Don't worry, we're going to be able to build more temples. And that just got us 2 research points here. So we can spend the favor. Output to the 7 nearest farms, vineyards, and orchards is +1. That's fantastic. If we get 5 farms, we're going to get 3 more favor. And then here is the research tree that isn't through scientific discovery. It's just from praying to all of the sky daddies and mommies up there. So we can unlock small apartments. I guess that's the thing we're going to do first. We might as well do it. We've got the point. And now we need to build a few more farms. And then we'll get a few more favor points. And then over here, it's probably time to build some wells. So this is the first, like, district, I guess you could say. And consult the gods. Bless us. Make sure you have 2 temples. This is a divine task of great import. You got it, series. We could make a tax office, a stone quarry, or a forester. I really want the forester and the stone quarry, although a granary would also be good. Then we can get fishing huts. Resources. Being as important as they are, probably means we're gonna want a forester. Oh man, so look at here. We're currently in the middle of winter, and then we got spring, summer, and fall. I'm kind of surprised that we went just straight into winter already. And we've got 12 idle people, so we can put them to work, and that's what we should do. So one of the things we gotta figure out is where we want this forester. But this is what the island looks like at nighttime during the winter. It's a pretty bleak landscape, and there isn't much agriculture being done. So if we build a second temple when we acquire the resources, which is some stone, so we'll just go ahead and have everybody just harvest all of this area. That looks like 6, no, that's a 15 by 6 area. I was like, oh, 15 trees and 6 stone. I don't know how much of what is there, but we're gonna find it because we need the stone. So it looks like we're gonna be able to put our second temple, and I'm gonna put it, I could put it over here and give it to Jupiter for happiness of my people. So we shall build another one. Then from there, I should be able to unlock a lot more. So now that we've done it, we've got 4 new points. Make sure you have 1 granary. Well, I guess that makes it simple what we're gonna unlock next. A granary. And from there, ooh, grapevines to make wine would be really cool. I think a fishing hut would be really, really good for us. A stone quarry will probably benefit us more in the immediacy. And from here, we shall consult the gods and dedicate this temple to Jupiter, as expected. Wow, a little presumptuous, Harvey. Now, by dedicating a new temple, you automatically get 2 favor. We just grew our population here. Make sure you have 1 granary, and then we've already got the 5 points, so that's fantastic. So we're gonna do the fishing hut, and then here's the other one, the charcoal maker and the food counter. And then, so Jupiter just seems to be all about like, make the city big and grand, which is rather appropriate. So we've got a granary. If I put it here, this is a dumb question, or is it? But do granaries hold fish? They do. Okay, well that kind of changes where we're gonna wanna put this thing. Ooh, yeah, there it is. Okay, I found the spot. And we'll run a road down here, and we'll get a fishing hut. And then we'll be able to store our grain and our fish all here. So let's go ahead and prioritize the small granary. The issue is I don't think we have the stone. And unfortunately for us, stone is like way up here. Oh, but look at this. Wow, we're already into fall. The cycle goes wildly fast. Now this is a demo. I wonder if they're gonna change it. And we're on 3x speed, but that still seems like it goes incredibly fast. We're already almost through year 2. Make me an offering of 30 wheat. You've got it. Okay, so Ceres, we need to continue to keep her happy by giving her the food we're harvesting, or else she'll get mad and make our harvest poor. That's interesting. Ceres, you gotta make up your mind of what you want. Now from here, we can do the quarry, and we'll probably want a small stockpile. That way the stone production can just keep flowing, and we'll figure out a way to like expeditiously bring it from here all the way down to where we're gonna be needing it. Now we have 9 research points. An aqueduct would be really cool. I need infrastructure. Ooh, there's winery. You can make fire engines? That's amazing. So probably the next thing would be the bakery, because when it comes to making bread, I have the keys to the bakery. Ooh, we need taxes for that. So we shall unlock the tax office. Now the happiness is 63. When looking at what we have here, we don't have a lot. We need pottery. Having neighbors helps. Access to roads. They're burning wood for warmth, but they prefer charcoal. So it makes sense that the next thing we build is the charcoal kiln, of which we're gonna need, well, the stone. Now we only had 5 fields, and Ceres is gonna dedicate to 2 of them. Well, to 2 more, to 7, an extra output. So we might as well get them going, because honestly, the only thing our people are eating is wheat. That being said, stone is starting to flow into the kingdom. Now we need to put this charcoal burner away from where we want to put our houses. So I'm gonna just put it like up here. This will be the industrial area. We can always build a temple and dedicate it to Vulcan and increase production there. Ah, and health is mixed because we don't have access to fruits. And I believe that the only fruits that we could get are apples and then grapes. So the city's full. We're gonna need more houses. That's an easy fix. And stone is what's slowing us down. We have so much wood. In the old game, there was a way to, build a port and trade excess goods, but one must remember this is the demo. So they probably don't have it. That being said, one of the big things about the Romans was the use of aqueducts. And if we look here, we can build aqueducts, reservoirs, pools, fountains, and even dams and spillways. Oh my gosh, no way. Because there's a lot of like water physics. So I wonder, you see this giant lake? There's at least a scenario where we could build a super reservoir like here, which would be crazy. Now, right now we've got 56 beds and 2 idle people. So what I want to do is get another stone quarry up and running. And look at this. Another ship is coming, rounding the point of Good Hope here. I'm gonna make it all the way over. And since we've got the beds, we may not have the most happy, but it's still in the green-ish, yellow-green. Well, we got fish. So I think the next thing we're gonna want, once we can get, is apples. I'm gonna go ahead and create 2 more farms. There goes the boat. I love the Roman look of these galleys. They're fantastic. The developers of this game made a game called Kingdoms and Castles, and we must have played that on the channel probably, I would guess, like over 50 times, maybe 100 times. We have consulted the gods. We gained a population of 45, and Jupiter's happy. So I can increase the happiness. I'm gonna do that actually. I didn't have enough points to unlock the apples. We were at 4 points, and you need 5. So I figured, you know what? Go for it. Make me an offering of 40 gold. Okay, Jupiter, you need to calm down, bud. We don't have any gold at all. But the happier the people are, and I think they will once they get access to charcoal. So it says build them. Oh, you can't build a food counter until you have taxes. We've attracted 7 new people, and I really want to give her the grain that she wants to finally say, you're a good son. There we go, man. We're going to go crazy. We are going to go crazy on the wheat. All right, the people are demanding access to pottery. And I think because they're demanding that, like it's a, at least if this is like Kingdoms and Castles, there's going to be, until they get that specific good, they might be a little less happy than they otherwise would be had they not given that demand. Man, we got quite the amount of resources up there, do we not? Tons of wood here. Another fishing hut would be, I think, as it would alleviate the demand on grain. Although we're running out quickly. Ooh, that's kind of nice with the little columns facing us. 7 visited, but only 3 deemed it fit to stay. Probably because we didn't have enough houses. And one of the things is the tier of the houses, they all have different demands. So you live in a hovel, you can only be a certain amount of happy. Like you have a cap on it. The nicer your home is kind of like real life, man. We're almost able to give a divine offer. There it is. Make the offering, get the money, unlock the apples. We'll wait to decide what we want to do. Probably grapevines or clay pit. They need clay, so we'll start getting clay to get pottery. But I'm so pleased that now we're gonna have apples. Apples right here on these little bits of like high fertility. Little min-max here, why not? We got 68. We're probably gonna need another granary over here. Unfortunately, in the demo, I don't have access to a large granary. We're gonna have to use small ones. Giving the people the charcoal they need. So pottery's next, and then grapes, which we did not unlock yet. It's only 2, but the only means of getting more that we have, at least with Jupiter and Ceres. The other option would be, well, quite obvious. Let's go ahead and build another temple once we have 20 stone. Fortunately, what were the, oh, you know what? There was Neptune, right? So what we'll do is we'll build a temple down by the waterfront where all of the fish are, which, you know, is around here. We'll build this beautiful little temple, and we'll dedicate it to Neptune, god of the sea. I always liked Poseidon in ancient Greek mythology, so Neptune is gonna be my guy, you know? Food's good, although grain is low. Granted, we did give 55 of it away. And soon the apples are gonna be flowing. I wonder if grapes need high green area to grow. Because if memory serves, like in real life, I think they can use like less. All right, so we got God of the Forge. I'm gonna do Neptune. Improve fishing yields. Huzzah! Now, by doing that, we should get 2 favor already. I'll have requests of you in the future. Like, go catch me a whale. Build me a fishing hut. You already got it, bud. Make me an offering of 50 fish. I'm gonna do that soon. But we're gonna give favor of the gods. Fish yield to the nearest fishing buildings in its radius. Okay, unfortunately, it's not in the radius of that fishing spot. So this could have been better placed. All right, let's get some grapes and start giving these people the fruit that they need. I'm really excited for grapes. I'd want to have it like right on the water. Granted, this water may have, you know, the refuse of the city flowing down it at some point. But it doesn't right now. All right, that's 25 wood, but we've got the wood, so we might as well build it now. Ah! Things are on fire. Oh, God. Oh, my. Got a bit of an issue here. The fire brigade is 1 point away. The vigiles. I don't speak Latin, but we do have the singular well, and people are trying to put out the fires. This is the first cataclysm that we've had. All right, I built 3 grapevines. Wait a minute. I should be able to unlock the fire department. We just lost, oh my gosh. You can rebuild these buildings, but I think one actually, yeah, we lost 2 small apartments and a hovel. Actually, I do not want to rebuild that. You know what? People are going to be absolutely mad at us right now because there's going to be, the city's full. 62 people, only 34 have homes right now. The first apartment is up. I could use a little bit more stone, guys. Oh, wow. Someone actually died in the fire. The Great Fire of year 5. Wait a minute. What are these bats? Butterflies? Oh, that's lovely. Guys, we really need that stone though, you know? So let's prioritize, after all the food, we need quarry workers. So the fishing industry is gonna drop down a little bit, which is not necessarily ideal given that they're feeding everybody and we're just about to enter winter, but it's harvest time. So now I think harvesting grain takes like a year. I'm not sure if it did that in Kingdoms and Castles. I think there was a lot more harvests. I don't know what we're using the stone for, but we're using it for something. And we clearly need a grave undertaker. Man, I have to use 5 of my favor points in order to get this, just to get these. Oh, I need the undertaker's office. I need a tax office. I need more stone. I need more everything. Pardon me. Oh, I thought these were not built yet. 1 bonus yield from very fertile soil. And then some of these, yeah, some of them got a bonus from the blessing of the gods. So I wonder if we put another temple to Ceres and dedicated it. There may be a god for like, there should be a god for like wine and stuff. We finally have an excess of beds. Happiness dropped to 58. The recently departed are not being shown a respectful burial. Yeah, this is not ideal. So let's get the tax office. Hopefully the people don't like riot and burn it down. You must stay civil. You must pay your taxes. It is for the good of the realm, or the good of the empire, I guess you would say. People visit the city, but they noticed there's a lot of dead people hanging around the old apartments, and they thought it was rather weird, so they left. I can't really blame you for that decision. But once we get apples and grapes to come in, all right. So tax rate, it's 20%, good enough for me. We'll see how much it drops. Happiness. A terrible plague has swept the land. 5 have taken ill. That's great. They're probably gonna die, and there's not much we can do about it. Okay, I think the plague broke out. As a result, we're gonna have to drop taxes. People visit the city, but there's a lot of people dying there, so they left. That's what I imagine is going on. Apple trees, we've got a bakery. I wonder if we need a mill. Takes wheat and charcoal. We do have a decent amount of charcoal, not a lot, and it's way over there. I'm wondering if I want to set up another like wood production area over here that will eventually be food, or I could put it over here. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, because it definitely stinks up the place. I'm gonna need a small stockpile, and then I think I want another forester over here. All right, there we go. Building in a grid. We really need that undertaker because there's just so many dead people lying everywhere. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, it's not fully staffed. Okay, I thought that was the temple saying that she was upset with us. You must divinely task your people. All right, what are our divine tasks? Make an offering of 55 grapes, 60 wine, and 40 gold, all of which are extremely difficult things for us to get right now. But we're getting grapes and apples now. There's no extra jobs. I think maybe a lot of people will be building at the moment, so that might be, we might be artificially inflating our employment numbers by putting people to short-term work, but we'll find out soon enough. A citizen has died in a woodcutting accident. Well, if you could not do that, I think that would be better for your health. Make an offering of 40 gold? No, I need to get an undertaker, which is 50 stone. So it's year 6 and things are pretty poo-poo. Oh yeah, I'm not doing that, Jupiter. You better chill out, dude. Don't lightning and smite my stuff. All right, now the people that we're building are going back to stone. So on the jobs priority list, it seems builders are at the highest point. They should be below, I think, like all the key stuff, keeping the gods happy and growing the food. But 83 wheat, 37, and there's a fire. Hey, have you thought about giving me a break? Have you thought about that? You should really think about that, because I would really like a break. All right, we need a fire department, clearly. And then we're gonna need more houses. Then we're gonna need pottery. Oh my gosh, it just does not end. The needs of these people. Oh my gosh, it survived. Fontius Gallon has saved the apartment complex. We've got 2 people. All right, so now we can get the undertaker. I guess the bodies have deteriorated by now, nor do we have the stone for that. We're gonna risk it for the biscuit here and just build 2 new apartments. And the amount of apples and grapes that we produced simply was not enough. I don't know if it was the time in the year, the agricultural cycle maybe, that we built them. Oh look, they're using our dock. It pleases me so much to see them use our dock. Even if it's a fishing dock, it is a dock nonetheless, as opposed to just like sidling up to the beach just right next to it. So we have no one to work this charcoal, but we have 94 beds, so we're finally getting more people into town. A bakery would be fantastic. Like I said, we need a ton more people. What's interesting is in Kingdoms and Castles, Vikings would invade. I wonder if and dragons would attack. And it was really cool. I'm not entirely sure of the military threats. I think in the demo we're not gonna get that. We're gonna make an offering to Jupiter. So we've got quite a bit of research. And I think it's time to unlock. Oh, this is interesting. We can build guard towers. What do you mean requirements not met? Oh, we gotta unlock the pottery workshop. Aha, makes sense. I know what we're doing here. And will this town stop catch on fire, man? It's always catching on fire. Where's our volunteer? There's 0 out of 5 of them. Okay. Jobs. Fire workers. We'll put them above stockpile workers. But yeah, we need more people. And to get more people to work more jobs, I guess we do have an abundancy of farming. So what we could do is close some farms to get some people available. And there goes our house. Great. I just built it. Thank you for destroying it. A fire has claimed small apartments. I'm seeing multiple ships off the coast, but those are the ones that visit us. But the mystery remains. If we can build guard towers to attack enemies, who are the enemies going to be? But the next thing for happiness would be wine and pottery. But before we do pottery, we're gonna need clay pits, and they need to be near water, which makes their placement very important. I don't know what just happened. I think we changed the flow of the water, because now it's over our bridge and it destroyed one of our wineries. And building this I'm not entirely sure what's going on right now. But it is interesting that there are definite consequences to our actions in terms of placing things. But I think one of the things we could do is lower taxes to 10% to try to get happiness around 70-ish. Man, this is a serious operation over here. Maybe, I'm now second guessing it. Cannot build on the water. Oh, we should build it right here. Okay. Interestingly enough, we demolished this, but their old placement is still there. It destroyed that winery. And look, I think the water's gonna destroy it again. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, we can't rebuild it. Okay. This is fascinating to see the consequences of our actions in real time. We're instead gonna build it up here. Why? Well, that's where we should have put it in the first place. We've got a stockpile. We've got wood and stone galore up here as wood and stone are being produced. There are no temples built in my honor. I grow angry. Consider yourself warned. Oh, okay. Buddy Vulcan, why, if you could so kindly chill out, bruh, that would be fantastic. So I think we want to put him like here. Then he's going to be in and around all of this industry. Charcoal, stone masonry, clay pits. And by not putting it on a flowing river, we haven't diverted the flow of water. So water physics is a thing. And as you can see here, it completely destroyed everything that we were working on already. Oh, well, This is really kind of fun and crazy. But we can build a new bridge here. All right, let's dedicate this thing to Vulcan before he makes volcanoes erupt, although that would be really cool. Vulcan, finally. Don't make me wait so long next time. I love how they're just like, 75 wood, we can do that easily. Yeah, are you happy? Do you love me? I've got 2 charcoal makers. Do you love me even more? Because giveth me all of those points, my friend. Unlock +1 output to the 5 nearest fire-based industry buildings. I guess that would only be the charcoal maker at the moment. I believe that we have a temple for all of the 4 existing gods. The one thing that we don't have is enough people to work all of the jobs that we have. Okay, we don't need to work on foresters anymore. So let's go ahead and get clay diggers above foresters. Tax collectors above clay diggers. Firefighters above, and then charcoal makers above stockpile. Oh, but then no one's doing fishing industry. There we go. Because we got to feed ourselves, obviously. I think this is the play. Because we do need the clay to keep our people happy. When they're happy, more people will come and stay. And then that'll be more worker output. I'm going to build a small stockpile right here. And then I need a pottery workshop. Ooh, that's not in the radius of the temple. I wonder if you can build another temple and move Vulcan. Like, hey, Vulcan, sorry, bro, but we got to move your temporary residence. Citizens are in good health. They want a place to gather. They need a forum, and they need some food counters, barbers, and other shops. So clearly, it's time to make a forum. This is interesting. One's more expensive than the other. Ooh, that requires marble. Uh-oh. Recruit a militia to your outpost. Use the militia to fight off the invaders. There's a ship here. Oh, snap! Take a little screenshot. That looks beautiful. Okay, we are not prepared for the invaders. We can build guard towers. I don't think I have anything about militia, so I'm led to believe recruit a militia of 48 people. That's quite big. Everyone's coming into the forum here. Not the forum. Oh my gosh, they're all lining up into formation. We must prepare to fight! The invaders are coming. Now, where are they gonna land? They look like they're sailing for like maybe this point right here. But we're still waiting for more people. They're trickling in probably from all reaches of our, well, humble empire. But there it is. There is our militia. And the enemy's marching over here, so let's send our little phalanx here. Let's take a look at them. Oh, yes! Do we got testudo formation? We've got a 5-star morale. Energy's good. No attack bonuses. We can't dedicate ourselves to Mars. So here we go. Does it look like it does? We shall meet them in the field. Prepare for glory. Now we need Russell Crowe leading it. Like, oi, me and Tug are going around the world starting fights. Or we could get Russell Crowe from Gladiator. All right, here's the battle. Oh, we did throw our pylum. The enemy's lost some health. I can't get a decent idea of how many troops. There we go. We've toggled the UI off so that we can see the skirmish in action. Now, this is the smallest engagement. This is just the militia. We don't have a proper army. We're not dedicated a temple to Mars, the Roman god of war. But this is what a very, very early skirmish looks like. And it's going our way, probably because we have numbers and we were able to throw Pylum first, which is, well, the Roman way. So happiness should go way, way up. We shall disband the militia, and then everyone goes back to work. And I love how there's people like, all right, I'll get my wheelbarrow, and I'll just get out to work. And there's butterflies everywhere to dedicate to our glorious and glorious victory. And now it's time to get some pottery. But there it is. The enemy is sailing away in the mist there. And this is our humble beginnings. And I love the topography of this relative to like kingdoms and castles. Kingdoms and castles had very limited topography. But if you guys want to see more, pull the trigger on the like button, let me know. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.